Hey guys, it's Tony with MTBdropIN, and I'm bringing an update to you guys today in regards to which action camera I'm going to be actually using as my main camera. I originally purchased a GoPro Hero 5 Black, and when I was completely happy with it, and then when I ended up purchasing the Evo SS gimbal, I started having a lot of issues with it. The GoPro Hero 5 Black picked up noise from the motors of the gimbal. I was having a lot of sound issues. My chesty was bouncing up and down too much. The gimbal was just considerably heavier. When I would watch the video, I would hear a lot of motor noise, like so much motor noise it pretty much just ruined the video. So in light of that, I ended up looking into different action cameras, and the one that just kept popping up and coming to my mind as the second best potential choice was the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. So today I'm going to be telling you basically which camera I've chosen of the two to go with. So I took some notes. I'm going to be reading them off the phone here, and I want to give you guys an accurate assessment of why I had ended up going with the camera that I ended up going with. So let's first go through the positives of the GoPro Hero 5 Black. So the first thing is the GoPro Hero 5 Black has a much nicer picture. I don't want to say a much nicer, but I want to say it's better. The sharpness of the image I felt was a lot better than the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. The next thing was it has better image stabilization. When I compare the image stabilization of the Garmin Virb Ultra 30 with the GoPro Hero 5 Black, I don't know. I feel like the Garmin Virb Ultra 30, the image stabilization works. It does what it's supposed to do. But when I watch the image stabilization of the GoPro Hero 5 Black, I just kind of feel like leaving it on even with the gimbal. It just, I don't know, there's something about it. I like the way it looks. I like the effect that it gives. So that's got to go to the GoPro right there. The other thing about the GoPro Hero 5 Black is it has a bigger touchscreen than the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. It's way more easier to use. I can navigate through the user interface a whole lot easier than the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. The other nice thing about the GoPro Hero 5 Black is that it has a replaceable camera lens. If I go down with it and I hit it on a rock or whatever, I can replace the camera lens top. Whereas the Garmin Virb Ultra 30, if you hit the lens, you hit the actual lens and you're screwed. That is a huge plus for the GoPro Hero 5 Black, and the reason why it's probably designed that way too, because the camera's designed to be waterproof, so they had to have a screen to go over it to actually seal that in there, lock it in tight. Also, the wind setting, it definitely helps. The Garmin Virb Ultra 30, I remember I was at the top of a mountain, I was talking and doing this whole long speech and everything, and I had noticed that I couldn't hear any of the speech. It was all wind noise. That was it. Everything gone. So I had to do a lot of editing, and a lot of finagling to kind of get that clip together. So I really like that about the GoPro Hero 5 Black. That wind setting actually does work somewhat, and you're actually able to get good footage with decent sound when you're in wind. So I really appreciated that. So let's get to the bad things about the GoPro Hero 5 Black. For one, the GoPro Hero 5 Black is it's too heavy to be wearing with a gimbal. Here's the gimbal right here. If you put it on the gimbal and you fasten it with the clamp, when the camera's on it, it goes boom. And then you have to turn it on, and then it has to go on like that. When you put on the Garmin Virb Ultra 30, it literally balances out. It's completely balanced. That just goes to show you right there that the motor is going to be working extra hard when you have the GoPro Hero 5 Black mounted onto the Evo SS gimbal. Again, I'm not a techie, I'm not super smart, that's just me using my common sense. Also, the negative side with the GoPro Hero 5 Black is that there is a bug that the GoPro Hero 5 Black is experiencing right now when it comes to the sound. The sound is not focusing on the right details, and therefore is picking up unneeded sound. When you would use it inside of, say, your car, it would actually sound like you're in a tunnel. So they're experiencing some weird issues right now. They're waiting for a firmware update to come along and basically correct this issue. I don't have time to wait for that to be corrected, and I don't know how confident I am it's really going to correct it that much. Like I said, if the motor is working harder, then that means the motor is going to be louder, and therefore the GoPro Hero 5 Black is going to pick up the sounds of the gimbal yet again, even with the, you know, modifications. But like I said, I'm not a techie. They can probably do magic and fix it. You know, I still have hope, you know, kinda. So, also the very annoying thing about the GoPro Hero 5 Black is that the recording switch, there is no switch. It's just a button. And then, so say I have it on the gimbal. I'm riding my bike and okay, time to record. I click the top button to start recording, and you just see this little tiny red light up front that's really hard to see, and sometimes it's not recording. I remember there were several times I was riding and then I'm like, dude, am I even recording? Oh, dude, I have to stop, I have to get to the side, and I have to check if it's even recording.
Oh my gosh, my camera better be working. Okay, it is. Alright.
Garmin Virb Ultra 30, it has this switch up top. All you gotta do, take the switch, boom, you're recording. So I'm riding, I'm going, and I'm like, wait, am I recording? Oh, it's facing to the front. I'm good. It's going. It's very confidence inspiring, you know, and if it's not, and if you want to turn it off, boom, done, saving, good. So that feature is very practical and worked very well for me. I remember there was a lot of stress, added stress that I was feeling with the GoPro, wondering if it was even recording or not. So those are the negatives when it comes to the GoPro Hero 5 Black. So let's talk about the good for the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. It's super light. It has a touchscreen, so that's awesome. Even though it might not be as good as the GoPro Hero 5 Black, it has it. It does not pick up the gimbal noise. When it's mounted on my gimbal, the first time I heard the footage, I just couldn't believe it. It was night and day. You heard no motor noise. It was just music to my ears, in a sense. Another positive for the Garmin is what I was talking about, the recording switch. So it's definitely got that going for it. Very practical, very well thought out by Garmin. So kudos there. One of the other things that I noticed about the Garmin Virb Ultra 30 is that it works better in low light, in my opinion. I definitely like the footage that I get from low light more so than I do the GoPro Hero 5 Black. So another one for Garmin. So when it comes to action cameras, from the research that I've done, the Garmin Virb Ultra 30 has the second best picture. I have noticed that the Garmin Virb Ultra 30, the picture is not as sharp as the GoPro Hero 5 Black, but it's the next best thing in my opinion. So if I'm gonna, you know, get something that's gonna work good for my uses with the gimbal and everything, the Garmin Virb Ultra 30 is just, there was just no better choice than that. So that's the camera I'm going to be using, is the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. So the Garmin wins, in my opinion. However, if you just want a good action camera out of the box, go with the GoPro Hero 5 Black all day long. It's just freaking awesome. If you're not going to use a gimbal, don't worry about it. You know, I don't even know if I will go back to the GoPro Hero 5 Black personally, even if they fix the issues, because it's just too heavy on the Evo SS gimbal. Another thing to note that you need to be aware of is, like I said, the camera is exposed, so if you go down while riding, then you're going to break something. However, this is a GoPro Hero 5 Black casing that comes with the unit. They actually make one of these for the Garmin, and it has the GoPro mount, so you could actually mount it in your car and just use the internal sound, because you're not going to be able to use this unit, like say you want to drive and you're driving and you want to put it there and you want to record yourself and you do a little, you know, video and you're talking about what have you. You're not going to be able to do that just by purchasing the Garmin Virb Ultra 30, because it's going to be in this box and the sound quality is going to be horrible. So what you got to do is go online and buy the casing for the Garmin Virb Ultra 30. It goes in just like this, and it'll mount right in your car using any of your GoPro mounts. One of the cool things about buying the outer casing for the Garmin Virb Ultra 30 is that it comes with a lens protector. So that'll actually solve the issue of this camera. You're just going to have to spend an extra $40 to get this housing, this type of housing, and then the lens will come with it, and you can actually keep that on there, so when you're riding, you know, you can protect your lens if you go down. Alright guys, I just want to thank you again for watching. I want to thank you guys for the support that I've received for the channel. Just want to let you guys know that all the support and all the awesome comments you guys have been leaving have just been keeping me going. This is actually kind of not like me. I usually don't step out and get in front of a camera or do anything that's kind of like type A personality. I don't know if you want to say that. I'm kind of usually more reserved and stuff like that. But this has really stretched me, and I just appreciate the comments. I appreciate the support yet again. This channel's been kind of like therapy for me in a real way. I've been going through a lot of crazy stuff in my life in this past year, and it's just been crazy tough. Thank you guys for subscribing, and if you like the channel, please subscribe, and we'll chat it up in the comment section. Again, this is Tony. I'm with MTBdropIN, and I'm dropping out today. Have a good day, guys. Thanks.